Awesome. Sound seems to be working. Cool. Alrighty. Alright, so this is a bit of a new series. I'm just kind of playing around with the idea of. It's called After Hours, and it's just, you know, nothing too crazy. Just exploring new technologies, maybe doing some little demos and playing around with things, and maybe these ideas will lead to bigger ideas, or video ideas, or product ideas, or something. Just kind of a time to chill out for me, to practice my speaking, especially in the live streaming bit. Hopefully these will get a lot more polished as I do this more, so, bear with me. I don't think I'm going to have even a single concurrent viewer. It's totally fine. I don't really care all that much. But maybe if I do ever get some more like some larger attraction or audience or something, maybe these videos can serve as kind of a, interesting introduction and context to what I'm all about. So, yes, today I'm going to be playing with a new technology. It's not new by any means, it's new to me. It's called Node-RED, and it's a platform for building out IoT flows or systems. And it's all built in Node.js. I think it's maintained by the JavaScript Foundation. It's all really cool. I'm just going to search Node-RED. So you can find it at nodered.org. And this has been out for a while, but I've always kind of been repulsed by the idea of a visual editor. But I've been told by a lot of people that since I'm so into home automation and smart home design, that I should really check it out. And I was like, okay. So I'm going to go through installing it, setting it up, trying it, and coming up with some uses for it, even if they're rudimentary and simple. So let's go and see how to get started. So I clicked Get Started, and it says run locally on a device or in the cloud. I'm going to probably run this just locally on my Windows computer. Maybe if later on I'll run this on some kind of Arduino or BeagleBone Black or a Raspberry Pi. Or maybe, I don't know, we'll figure it out. So I'm going to click Getting Started. And I'm going to say Run Locally Installation. Okay, so we need Node.js installed. Good thing I have it. So I'm going to open up my PowerShell. Just make sure I have Node. I do. Version 8.12. I think that's an LTS. Yeah, it's an LTS. On here, I don't really do anything all that crazy, so I never need a newer version of Node. I like staying around 8 point something. Okay, so I've already done all this stuff, but it looks like we just say npm install-g unsafe. Actually, let me move into a folder. So I already have a folder set up for this. So it's my IoT folder in my documents. So npm install-g unsafe perm. I'm not sure what that is, but I trust this site enough. So to install Node-RED as a global dependency, then I can just say run Node-RED. Alrighty. Some boring stuff. I actually was just told that I shouldn't be installing it this way. I should be pulling it from GitHub and then running it. I'm not sure why, but I trust my source. GitHub Node-RED. Okay, here it is. Found it. I should be able to just clone the repo. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I'll run it from the Git repo. That sounds more fun. So let me just clone it in here. Cloning Node-RED. And I'll cd into Node-RED. Alright, and it says use npm install. Alright, now install. Then I need to run the build command and then run start. We should be ready to dive straight into this. I'm definitely interested in contributing to this if I think it's cool. I love me my JavaScript. That's my favorite language, of course. Man, this is taking forever to clone. Oh, this is npm installing. Sam. While we wait for this to install, I'm gonna look through some issues, see if there's anything that stands out to me and maybe I can help with. Ooh, there's a lot of errors. It's building OS level dependencies. That's why. Okay, looks like it's done. Didn't really see anything all that interesting in there. And I need to run my npm run build to build all the front-end components. That's what I imagine it's building. Pretty sure I've been told that if you don't do that, you try to run it, you'll just get a blank page. So npm start. Alright, and it says it's starting all that good junk. Huh. Okay then. So it says generating new credentials. Cool. Chat system's working. It looks like everything's running. So, just gonna go into, and there we go. Node-RED. Okay, what's this? Okay, so it looks like we have a bunch of blocks for building out different things. So we got our input, catch, status, link, MQTT, HTTP, WebSocket, TCP, and UDP for all ingest systems. You have output of most of the same kind. Got functions, templating, delays, triggers, comments, a bunch of different operations, social media like email, Twitter, it's cool. File, tail, cool. Sentiment analysis, huh. Watch, feed parser, exec, I'm guessing that's OS level execution. Even Raspberry Pi, huh. Oh, for GPIO, that's cool. And then YAD, not sure what that is, but now, I have a smart home infrastructure kind of thing. So let me see if I can connect up my existing home devices, maybe try to create some kind of flow, I think is what they call it, that works for me. So I think inject is what I want, because that I can just click it. Yep. Okay. So let's see. What could I do right now? Trying to think of what a good test project could be. before we do that, let's dive into some of the settings. Maybe there's some cool settings I can look through. Okay, it seems like there's all kinds of keyboard shortcuts. That's cool. Palette. Oh, you can install other nodes, it looks like. Yeah, there's an install tab. Oh, and you can install it right from here. Okay, what's the technology I want to connect? Well, I use an August smart lock on my front door here in my apartment. So let's see if August is something supported. August smart home, smart locks on other devices. A year old and there's only 0.1 version, but let's see if it works. Okay. Man, that was surprisingly easy to set up. Very surprised. Normally these open source projects like this are very janky, but this UI seems like it's pretty solid. I'm curious if it would work on a mobile device too. It'd be kind of cool to just open up my iPad and start configuring these things when I get home, or maybe even setting up some kind of remote system into it. But that's for another day. Okay, what else? What are services and technologies I like to use? I'm trying to think of something. Oh, let's see. I use the Philips Hue light bulbs. Search Hue. Oh boy. Hue nodes. Hue Magic. This seems like what I want. It has a lot more versions and it's pretty recent. So Hue Magic it is. Let me just check real fast. Cool. So Hue stuff is added. Awesome. Another big part of my home ecosystem is the Google infrastructure. I have a lot of Google Assistant devices. I have a bunch of the Google Homes. I have some Google Home Minis. I have some off-brand Insignia Google Homes, and I have the Google Home Hub. And I'm getting ready to buy a Lenovo smart display for my kitchen when I move into my next apartment. And I also use the Chromecasts and the Chromecast audios. So let's see if there's something that will work with that. So I'm going to search Chromecast. Oh, here we go. Here's one that says Node-RED nodes for Chromecast and Google Home. Okay. And 6 days ago, it's version 2. Oh, but there's also one for Chromecast Sessions. Okay, so let me install this one first. I've actually done quite a bit of experimentation using Node.js and other languages to poke the Google Homes and the Google Wi-Fi from the internal network and getting them to do stuff. Like I wrote a little app that allowed you to write some text-to-speech that'll send to your Google Home. Because the idea was to build out a cloud function system. Admittedly, it would have to sit on the local network and be exposed to the internet. So it's not really a cloud-based, but it's more of an API. Because I really wanted to bring push notifications to the the Google Home ecosystem. Because I think it would be so cool that if I got a text message or I could set up some system and suddenly my Google Home can show me a picture or say something that alerts me of what's going on, or just tells me about a notification. Because I think that would empower some really powerful, very profound apps to be able to be built. So we got that installed, and I have the sneaking suspicion this won't tell me about the sessions, and that sounds like some interesting things I could use. So I'm gonna just grab this as well. Hopefully they don't interact with each other, they don't harm each other or whatever, but we'll see. Chromecast session. Everything looking good on that front. Another thing I just thought of. How did I get to that? I went to search flows? No, that's if I have, let's see. What is it? Manage palette. Yeah, manage palette. Maybe there's some Google Calendar type stuff. Calendar. Admittedly, I don't know how to spell calendar. I'm dumb. Google Cal. Oh, here we go. A set of Node-RED nodes to access various Google services. Okay, sounds pretty cool. And then there's this other one right here that says, for popular web services. Sounds interesting. I don't think there's any risk in installing any of these. Okay, so this added Google+, Google Places, credentials, API, geocoding, directions, and some other cool APIs from Google. So what if we could bring in, oh my gosh, there's a lot. It adds Amazon, AWS stuff, and then there's so much stuff just went past me. I'll have to look through it. What all did it add? Foursquare stuff, Instagram? Oh, can you post to Instagram? It looks like it's only Git, but, you know, it's still cool. There's all kinds of new storage solutions. I got Dropbox, S3, Box. Is that the Box service? Yeah, Box.com. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Oh, all the Hue stuff? Cool. It supports the tap, the lights, the motion, all that good jazz. Oh, cool. Open Weather, nice. Totally forgot about that. Weather would be a really cool data ingest system to use. So, I think I've geeked out enough. No, I haven't. I definitely haven't. There's probably more things. Let's see. What else do I have? I have the Nanoleaf, Aurora, up there. Awesome. I don't actually have one of these systems in my current apartment, but something that definitely would be really cool is if they have Nest. Oh, shit. Okay. Give real-time telemetry for Nest devices. Cool. So I'm really anxious to try playing with these Google Home blocks. Nodes, as they're called. So I have this cast one, and here's this other Chromecast session. As far as I know, the Google Homes and the Chromecasts, the Chromecast audios and all that, use the same underlying Bonjour system. It's like some kind of internal advertising system that allows them to talk to each other and allows for your device to see them and all that. So I'm curious how this works. Okay, so to work with this cast node, I need an IP of what I imagine is the Google device that you're going to talk to, the port, and I already know that it's port 8009 is what the common port is for those devices. And then you can give it media URL, what type it is, and some kind of metadata image, or a text-to-speech input. Oh, just like my system. And you can give it a volume to set at. So I guess if you don't put anything, it stays at the volume it was already at. So I don't know off the top of my head what the IPs of any of my Google devices are, but there's a search button, so let's see what it does. Okay. I'm not sure if that means it's working. I would imagine this is a pretty fast process, so while I wait for that, I'm not going to hold my breath if that works. I'm just going to go to my router and look up an IP address of one of the Google Homes. And the Google Home I'll be connecting to is sitting right next to my monitor, so you'll be able to hear it, I think. So let me see. This is my Insignia one. Don't know how these are labeled according to the router. I think it's called Bedroom. Okay, I think I found the IP. That's 192.168.86.29. Okay, I think that should work. I'm going to try this text-to-speech system. I'm going to say, hello. I can't type today, I'm so sorry. Alrighty, let's see what happens. I say done. Now I need to wire this up to something, and I'm gonna use injection of timestamp into it. I think that's how it works. I'm gonna click deploy. Okay. Successfully deployed. So I think if I press this, it will run it.
Hello there, this is a test of TTS on home.
Well, there you go, it worked. I don't know if you could hear that, but I definitely heard it. That's really cool. Okay, so now I'm curious what this Chromecast session node is all about. Why is it not working? I can't grab it for some reason. And when it comes to front-end stuff, usually just want to reload. Oh, I guess it wasn't part of a flow, and it just got invalidated. Okay, so I'm gonna tell Google to play some music. You'll hear that. You'll hear it, but hopefully I don't get demonetized or whatever. I'll go for a really small artist that I think should be listened to. I don't know. Chill lo-fi. Great music. So I'm just gonna push that, and then I'm gonna click. I'm gonna say, "Hey Google, play music on Spotify."
Alright, here's some music on Spotify.
So it should transfer over from my computer to it. My computer stopped. There we go. It's playing. Okay, so now I'm really curious what this Chromecast session node will do. So I'm going to use that same inject timestamp, connect it up, and so since this has a doesn't seem like this flow might be broken. If it is, I'm really sad. I'm gonna be really sad if it is broken like that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to. Oh no, it's just kind of floating. Well, that's disappointing. Let's see if I can find another one. Well, there's only one more that says Chromecast. It's 3 years ago. I only had a single version. So I'm very doubtful that it works, but yeah, I don't think it. I'm sad because I don't think that works. But, okay. Kind of a tangent, but I'm curious to see why this project doesn't work. Let me go back to that. As far as I know, to be able to publish these, you have to make it open source and the code available. So, I'm gonna go to this cast session one. I'm gonna search it up. I think normally how these modules are installed is through NPM. I'm gonna stop this from playing. It's kind of distracting. Okay, so I'm gonna search NPM.
Stop since your Spotify account is being used on another device.
Okay, I found it. There it is. And there you go. It has a GitHub page. It has an issue already. How to use. Oliver, can you give us an example with Chromecast session node? Well, it's not saying it doesn't work. Let's see. This seems like the only thing there is to it. Okay, exports function, create this node, this input. So it uses this Chromecast player NPM module. Wait. Chromecast player. Does it... Oh! I think it's possible there are dependencies that this is missing out on. Okay, let's see if it works now after I installed that play on Chromecast session. No, it still seems like a UI problem, which is sad because this should work like fine. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find a working node red. I think it's contrib. Okay, let's see. Creating my own node. Let's see if there's something syntactically wrong about this that's causing it to break. Okay, on input. Wait, what is this code? What? So it says player. Player.attach. It attaches to a red.nodes.register type. Maybe it's the HTML that's broken? Maybe it's missing something that it needs. Let's see. So, as a category, all that stuff, an icon. Doesn't seem like it has that, but let's see. Name, place. I could probably write my own implementation of this. I'm not exactly sure what it's exactly trying to do. So I'm trying to just differentiate the business, the scaffolding code and the business logic of it. So like all this stuff is scaffolding code, and I think here is the only bit that matters. It says, okay, so it uses player, the Chromecast player node package, which, as far as I know, maybe that's broken. Let's check it out. Let's go to npm Chromecast player. Searching this through npm is usually the best way to go because oh, okay, this doesn't seem too crazy. Going through npm is the best way because you know exactly which GitHub repo it is, so I'm not accidentally going through a rabbit hole of clones or something. Okay, so yeah, just this player.attach error p. Does it just attach to the network? What is it? Okay, I'm game to try out what this is. This is quite a bit of a tangent, but let's see. I'm gonna just kill. Wait. Yeah. I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna go cd. I'm gonna jump up and I'm gonna make a new folder, and I'm just gonna call it Chromecast node. And I'm just gonna try to sandbox this and see if I can get it working, and I'll see if I can fix that that flow, because why the hell not? So, I need to touch some kind of index, some kind of starting point file. Save as. I'm going to say index.js because I am not original at all. Just going to say JavaScript. I don't know. To be fair, I don't normally do this. I normally will use the touch command on Linux or Unix because I am silly. I've just never used the UI. It's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to say npm, and my terminal seems to be broken. Interesting. npm install Chromecast-player. I don't intend on releasing this code, but I really should. So I'm going to init package JSON. This isn't what it's called. I call this Chromecast node playground because I'm just playing around with it. I'm not writing any new code really. Description, place for me to play with Chromecast player and attempt to port to node red. Alrighty, so now I have that. I'm just going to run this again, but this time save it to my package.json. Cool. I'm going to say var player equals require, and this is called Chromecast player. Cool. And I just saw it said player dot. How did he use it? He said, player dot attach. I'm curious what this object that it poops out is. Instead of p.pos, I'm just going to say console.log. I'm guessing this is some kind of JSON object. So I'm going to stringify p with 1 and 2 to make it all fancy and readable. So I'm just going to say node index.js. Player.attach is not a function. Oh, I have to execute it. Interesting. That makes sense. So I didn't handle error. So I'm going to say console.log error. See if there's some kind of error. It's possible there's nothing going on with any of the Chromecasts, so I'm just gonna, hey Google, play. Sounds like something's playing. Yeah, it is. Sounds like it's happening in the other room. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have to specify a device. Interesting. This is probably something that will take a lot more time than I have right now. Let me go figure out why that Chromecast is and that Google Home is playing in the other room. Hey Google, stop. That was pretty funny. I don't know why. My door was basically closed, but it still definitely heard the command. So I'm going to take this opportunity to say... I'm going to just be really ghetto and put that up, and I'll be right back. And then we'll start working on new flows. Cool. I didn't realize how much background noise there was. That's probably not super nice to listen to. So I'm gonna go offline for a little bit, see if I can figure out why that sound is so annoying, and come back in a few minutes. Alrighty. I don't know why I'm looking at this.